Do not forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be quoting Mr. Dillian Whyte and what he had to say on Sky Sports. One of the main things was the rematch, a potential third fight between the two. He wanted a lion's share of the purse split in the rematch, even if I won. If I beat him, he wanted the major slice in the rematch, a possible third fight in total. It doesn't make no sense. I said I'm not going to do that. I said, okay, I'll take the offer you guys are giving me with no rematch. They said no. Then I said, okay, I'll take the offer, but I want the reverse split in the rematch. So whatever you are giving me now, I beat him and I do the same in the rematch to him. And they didn't want that at all. So that's what Dillian Whyte had to say. He says one of the main reasons he didn't want this fight was because I guess Eddie Hearn was saying there was going to be a rematch clause in case he loses. I mean, in case he beats Anthony Joshua, but that Anthony Joshua was going to receive the higher percentage of the lion purse, basically. So the higher percentage. And he didn't like that. He didn't like the idea. So it's like you beat Anthony Joshua, you become a unified champion, and then there's going to be there's a rematch clause. So he's going to be obligated to face Anthony Joshua for a third fight. But then when they sit down in the negotiation tables, Anthony Joshua is still going to be making more money or receiving more money or higher percentage of the purse, right, than Dillian Whyte. And he feels that that's not fair, right? Because, dude, I just beat you. I became a unified champion on pay-per-view on all this, and you still make more money than me. And he says it doesn't make sense, which is, I kind of understand why. It is kind of true. But at the same token, like I said, sometimes even if the guy doesn't have the belts or shit like that, he still could be identified as the A side because of his drawing power. Canelo Alvarez, when he fought Gennady Golovkin, he didn't have the belt. The guy who was the unified champion in that fight was Gennady Golovkin in the first fight. Yet Canelo Alvarez still made more money than Gennady Golovkin. Why? Because he was the bigger draw. He basically brought more money. So I think that is why Eddie Hearn is still would still say that, or was trying to say that, listen, Anthony Joshua is still going to be making more money than you, Dillian Whyte, in the rematch. Just because he is overall the bigger draw. He's a bigger draw than Anthony Joshua. But at least I know why more. Because before I just felt like he just rejected this offer, Dillian Whyte, because he felt he just wanted $7 million and he was being stubborn. And he was like, no, if you don't give him my $7 million, I'm not going to face him. But now I see that there's more behind this, right? There's more behind this. There's reasons, right? He feels, I get the impression that Dillian Whyte feels that he's not being treated fair. First of all, you got Eddie Hearn saying he's going to give him this amount, and he's not giving him the amount that Dillian Whyte feels that he's worth, right? He wants more than Eddie Hearn is offering him. So I feel that he feels disrespected by Eddie Hearn, because he's like, man, I worked so hard. I beat the former world champion. All this stuff, and you still don't give me the offer that I'm asking for. Which really wasn't a ridiculous offer. I mean, he did ask for like $7 million, I believe. So he felt disrespected by that, and then he feels disrespected that Eddie Hearn and they're saying that, listen, even if you beat Joshua, you're still not gonna make more money than Joshua in the rematch, man. So that's pretty much like a slap to the face to Dillian Whyte. So he would feel disrespected, and then he says they basically said no to all his demands, right? But the thing is, so this is why basically the fight didn't pop off, right? But the thing is, like, Dillian Whyte, like, whether a year passes, whether 2 years pass, it's gonna be the same situation. When he eventually, if he stays unbeaten for the next 18 months, Dillian Whyte, when he eventually sits down to make the fight with Anthony Joshua, is going to be the same thing. Eddie Hearn is going to be saying the same thing. There's going to be a rematch clause. You're not going to be making as much money as Anthony Joshua in the rematch. They're not going to be unless Anthony Joshua has losses at that point. That's the only way I could see it. Unless in the next 18 months Anthony Joshua loses and then Dillian Whyte wins the vacant belts, and like say Joshua lost like 3 fights in a row, then yeah, that's different because now his stock would have dropped. But let's say 18 months from now, Anthony Joshua is still the unified champion, maybe undisputed champion at that point. He's still unbeaten. He still will be the A side to Dillian Whyte, so he's still would be they still would be telling him this. Maybe the only difference would maybe they'll be finally giving him the offer he's asking for, $7 million. But yeah, there you go, guys. Let me know what you guys think of this video, and hit that subscribe and like button if you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.